Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's just two movies.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Much.
You're too kind. You can actually do it a little more if you feel like it. Stop. That's too much. Welcome back to a very special episode of It's Just Two Movies. This is the 2024 Low Fill Awards episode. The thing that you all wait and text each other about all year long. That special time of the year where it's not quite Thanksgiving, but you can be like, fuck yeah, I love this. This is the best podcast in the world. Joining me in the studio this evening is Mark Maron.
Hey. Thank you so much.
Great to have you here, Mark.
I'm Mark Maron.
It's just Birdman. It's a lie. It's because somebody out there was like, Mark Maron, fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How do you get Mark Maron?
He's a very acquired taste, Mark Maron.
We saw him do stand-up a while back.
How was it?
It was good.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah,
it was
nice.
really good.
Yeah. I like Mark Maron, but I get where some people find him, like, just something about him grating.
I can see that.
I get it.
I like him.
Anyway, Lisa Mattresses. I'm Mark Maron. Yeah, welcome to the 2024 Low Fill Awards. So what's this? What is that? What does this show mean? Low Fill Awards is a series of, I don't know, just a stupid fucking thing we do every year. Because this podcast was founded on drinking low-fill beers from the brewery that you used to work at.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's just kind of a year-in review chit-chat we have about film. And which characters would kill each other on a basketball court. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it's going to be. But we also cover two movies because we're not slacking. And this week, we covered...
what do we got?
We covered Oddity.
Oddity.
Oddity is a R-rated 2024 horror thriller, 1 hour, 38-minute runtime. It's got a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 4.4 out of 5 on Shudder, which I feel like is worth mentioning. It is directed by Damian McCarthy, and release date July 19th, 2024, and stars Carolyn Bracken, Caroline Menton, best guess is Toddig Murphy, Gwillem Lee, Steve Wall, Jonathan French, and Joe Rooney. Actually, I don't think Joe Rooney's physically in it. Birdman, what would you say Odd Titty is about?
Ooh, Odd Titty.
What is like? I don't know. I'm trying to imagine an odd titty.
Yeah,
I'll just kind of.
Oddity is about a woman, a psychic medium that investigates the death of her sister, her twin sister.
Ooh.
And this psychic medium happens to be blind, by the way.
She does. Coincidentally. Yeah. It's not even deliberately written into the story. It just was like a happy accident when they started filming.
They just kept it in there.
Yeah.
No, that's the,
that's good.
That's really the basis of it. We're going to go into it a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
We're going to spoil Odd Titty for you. I didn't see any information about like budget or...
Yeah, me neither.
Actually, like that.
It got me curious, though, real quick. I'm going to look up budget. You want to try and look up box office?
It seems like it would be pretty low. But
let's see here. Isn't much information about the budget for the 2024 Irish horror film Odd Titty. Information related to about the movie. It doesn't really say anything.
Oh, here we go. Box office.
Oh, here's the numbers, baby. You'd think we would do this sort of research beforehand, but that's
how we roll.
That's just not the way we do things.
We used to be pretty tight-knit.
Yeah, but now we're a little sloppy Joe.
I don't see a budget, but I see worldwide gross at $1 million. Almost $1.5 million.
Worldwide box office, I see 1.3 mil. So yeah, hard to say what this cost to make. I couldn't imagine that terribly much. There's like two really good looking makeup effects and one
visual, or is it the visual?
I don't know if it's. Is it a suit or is it an actual prop, or is there both? I don't know. Either way, it couldn't cost that much. I will say though, this movie looks fucking great.
Oh, this movie looks phenomenal.
Yeah, fucking loving that.
Right up top. So do you want to go into this, or do you want to talk about overall?
Let's go, Doug. Let's go.
How do you want to do? You want to go through it, run it down real quick? Do you want to?
I want to go through it. I want to run it down.
I want to run it down.
It up.
I want to run around, baby.
Fucking run around it. I don't give a shit. Yeah, we just fucking plow through it. So it opens up, and you see this lady. She's like talking to her husband on the phone. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the house. Oh, it's a lovely house, isn't
This
it?"
is a fucking sweet house, by the way.
It is a fucking dope house. It's like U-shaped, but we really only ever see like pretty much one room in the room above it.
Yeah. Is it U-shaped?
When
or
it
is
pulls
I thought
into
it was
it,
like
maybe part of it's not the house. Maybe part of it's like, I don't know, a fucking garage or something else. I don't know.
Man, it's fucking sweet.
It is fucking dope though.
Yeah, I don't know, just a cool house.
Yeah, she's doing some renovations and some touch-ups on the crib, and she's staying there in a tent while her husband, who works at a psychiatric ward, is he works overnights.
He's a doctor there.
Yeah. She is getting ready to call it a night, and she hears something outside, and she opens the fucking super sweet sliding thingy on the door.
Yeah, what do you call those?
I don't know, man. It's like a peephole, but a big one.
You know what I call it?
What's the password?
Yeah.
It's that.
I call it a peeper cover.
I like it.
Yeah, Danny is her name.
Gasp.
Danny and Ted. So Gwillem Lee, he was in a show I watched recently called The Great.
The Great Gwillem. I'm familiar with it.
The Great Gwillem.
Yeah.
Really good show. He was fantastic in it. So anyways, yeah, Danny hears something at the door, like you said. She opens the peeper keeper.
Yep, the peeper keeper.
A man with a fucking fake eye, crazy
looking
crazy
glass
fake
eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He pops up and he's like, I was like, whoa, shit.
If you have the time to go get a glass eye in this era in remote, is it Ireland or Scotland? I already forgot.
Ireland.
Irish. In this remote area where they are, why would that be the glass eye that you would get? Just be like, make sure there's no color in it. Like it's so it's horrifying to look at. Almost as horrifying as if I just left it out.
Yeah. So he tells Danny, "You're in trouble."
Oh yeah.
I saw someone enter the house.
Yeah, you went out to your car to get something, and somebody ran in the door behind you. She's like, "Well, I didn't see him." He's like, "Yeah, your back was turned."
Yeah.
Like he's putting up a very compelling argument.
He's legitimately like scared for her, it seems.
Yeah, and then it seems like she's going to let him inside because she's convinced that someone actually is in the house with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts to,
We cut to, so they keep, so it was described on, I don't know if it was Wikipedia I was reading, they described it as a halfway house, but that's not what it is, right? It's like a psychiatric
Do they
facility.
lock the people in halfway houses? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a mental institution.
Yeah, because the guy's a psychiatrist, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't think doctors have to run a halfway house. Maybe the terminology is different in Ireland,
right.
Whatever this era is supposed to be. Well, I guess it's modern because they have cell phones.
It's modern, yeah. So we cut to the hospital. I'm just going to call it a hospital from here on out. And that's where we meet Ted, played by Gwillem Lee. And it's focusing on a man that's drawing some rather odd things.
Oh, yeah. Like odd titties.
Oh. Not really.
No, he's not.
No. That's not the guy, though. That's not Olin, I think they called him.
Yeah, Olin's the guy with the glass eye.
Olin's the guy with the glass eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. But this was actually pretty tense. It focuses on this guy. He's hearing something outside. He's terrified. He fucking opens the door. We don't get to see what it is, but it's a
pretty gruesome scene.
Yeah.
Just a body with like a smashed fucking head.
Yeah, it's like you took a fucking
sledgehammer
I guess
mallet.
Yeah. Maybe a big
one of those big wooden mallets off of fucking Midsummer.
Yes.
Smack.
Just fucking Oh,
Kersplat.
Kersplat.
Yeah. Pretty fucking gnarly. The good news is you wouldn't feel the pain.
No.
Because your head would be all over the room.
He does find on that body the fake eye, though.
Mm-hmm. And then he knows.
He's like, So it's the same eye belonging to Olin. So
Yep.
this really I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right. Yeah.
I was kind of thrown off here.
Because the guy was back in the institution.
Right.
But that makes more sense later.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you go fast forward.
Yeah.
The husband goes to visit
Darcy.
the identical sister,
Yeah,
Darcy.
Yeah.
And Darcy owns a antique store full of cursed items.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, can hold an item and be like, ooh, tell you
everything about it.
Tell you the spooky stuff. Or just everything about it. Personal items work best.
They speak about a cursed bell that was used at a hotel.
Yeah.
This is important. They speak about that. Ted brings Darcy Olin Bull. His name is Olin Bull. He brings her the fake eye. And she uses it, right?
Yeah.
Or she wants to use it to see
if that's the guy that killed her sister.
Exactly. And then we there's a little awkward part where Ted spills the beans that he's taken on a new lover, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Darcy is obviously shocked.
Yeah. Her sister's been dead like a year.
Yeah, this is where we figure out that Danny for sure died. Because at first you don't see that, right?
Yeah.
We don't see Danny killed.
I mean, you do later, and it is...
You do later. We will talk about that.
It is gruesome.
But this is where we learn she died. Darcy's like, what the fuck, bro? It's been a year, and you're already seeing someone new.
Mm-hmm.
Quite shocking, for sure. Darcy heads home. She sees visions of Olin.
Mm-hmm.
Then she storms back at her shop and kneels at a chest.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Fucking cool looking old chest.
That is a cool looking old chest.
So anyway, she's talking to the guy before he leaves. She's like walking him out, and she's like, oh, we should hang out soon for Danny's anniversary. He's like, yeah, maybe in a couple of weeks. He just kind of blows her off.
Yeah.
So they wake up in the morning, and they're like, oh, this chest got delivered here. And then they're like, where'd it come from? And it was like, oh, it came from Darcy. He's like, Darcy, what the fuck? Why would she? I don't know. You can ask her. She's outside. What the fuck's she doing here? She comes inside. She's like, oh, you invited me. Remember? Like, she invited herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's
like,
got an ulterior motive.
Yeah, for sure.
She shows up, and he's like, well, I've got to go to work. So he fucks off. And then the girl's like, I'm going to leave. Also,
Ted's new girlfriend, Yana.
Yana.
Yeah.
Yana, na, na.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
There's a part where she's showing Ted some pictures that she took.
What's in the box?
And it looks like Danny is in the background of these. Not you.
Yeah.
It's just you in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I do a podcast.
You guys like movies?
It looks like Danny, his previous lover, is in the background.
Not me again.
Not
just
again.
Stress that.
Not Danny King.
No, different Danny. Danny with an eye.
Danny with an eye. That's right. And she also tells him, "Hey, I fucking saw her last night.
Oh yeah,
in the middle of the night." He's like, "What the fuck?" Hey,
my dead wife doesn't have anything to do. It's not haunting shit.
He's like, "I have to hear this shit at work."
Yeah.
Now
I don't want to hear the crazy shit when I get home. Yeah.
He's being kind of a dick.
Yeah.
So Darcy kind of just invites herself to stay the night. She's like,
yeah, I'd like to stay, actually.
Yeah,
he's like,
I'll be staying.
The guy, he's so non-confrontational. He's like, yeah,
he really is, yeah.
And then his wife, or his girlfriend, Yana, she's going to leave too, but she can't find her keys. But before she realizes she can't find her keys, they talk about what's in the box. And you only get a glimpse,
yeah.
But it is like just a horrifying wooden face. Mm-hmm. And it's quite ugly.
Yep.
And they're like, why would that? There's a bit where Yana and Darcy are having a conversation. She's like, I think it's a strange gift to give, and I don't like it. I think it's hideous or whatever. And she's like, oh, fucking, well, let me tell you what it is and what it's for or whatever. She's like, yeah, we're not married. It's not a,
Yeah, so it's a wooden figure that a witch gifted Darcy's mother and father for their 5th wedding anniversary.
Yeah. And
that's a strange gift.
It's horrifying, and it's man-sized.
Yeah, it's man. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what's in the
as big
chest.
as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just an anatomical man with a big old swinging wooden dick. Just a real fucking rolling pin, which is what makes it more intimidating later. But
so you know, Yana, is it Yana?
Yana.
Yana is searching for her keys. She can't find them. The wooden figure, the wooden figure is now sitting at the table.
And she's like, "Ugh, why'd you put that thing out of the box?" And she's like, "Oh, I didn't." But she doesn't believe her because they're like, "Oh, whatever, you fucking creepy old witch lady or whatever, your bullshit."
So they chat a bit. Yeah, they chat. Darcy says, "Go ahead."
I know what you're getting ready to say. I just am like, this is like my favorite part of the movie, I think.
Darcy says that Danny would never allow a stranger into her home.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what you were?
Yeah, just that conversation when she goes, yeah, I can't believe she would, just creeps me out a little bit because, what happened to your sister out here? And she's like, oh, what happened to my sister out here? And she's like, she'd let somebody into the home, or just kind of giving her some tood on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, how does she phrase it? She says, Danny says to her, she goes, Darcy says to Yana something very matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, would you open the door? And she's like, well, no, I wouldn't open the door. She's like, do I look stupid? And she's blind. And she's like, no, I don't know what you look like. You sound stupid. Yeah. Do I look stupid? She's like, no, you don't look stupid. She's like, well, my sister and I were identical twins, so if I don't look stupid, she didn't look stupid. Yeah. If she opened that door, she had a good reason to. Which I thought it was very, it was
well
very,
done.
very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
She's like, just very matter of fact, like, she didn't open the door. I know my sister. And she didn't, because that's what it cuts to in the next scene. We cut to this when Danny was still alive, and she does not let the stranger in the house. And the man, Olin, I guess it's not a stranger anymore. We know it's Olin. He says, maybe I scared off the intruder. I'm going to head to town. I'll go get the police.
I'll call the police for you.
And,
yeah, because she's like, go away. I'll call the police. And he's like, no, good.
Yeah.
Call them right now. She's like, oh, I don't have my phone.
So he fucks off. She gets scared. Obviously, it's a creepy sitch.
Yeah, it is a creepy sitch.
The tension in this, I will say, is pretty good. I don't know that
it does an effective job about leaving enough to, it fills in all the gaps, but it leaves enough to the imagination for a long enough time, just enough for you to wonder before it gives you more information.
Yeah.
Great writing, I think.
Yeah. So Danny grabs a hammer, she grabs a flashlight, and she goes into the tent that's set up in the house. Man, this is fucking... When she checks that camera
and sees
the image of
somebody else in there.
Yeah, someone in the house. That was good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, fucking got the hackles on my neck. Hackles. Heckles is when you're like, oh, fuck you. That's what people do when they listen to this, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So she opens up the tent, and then a person appears.
Yeah. And he's got that hammer.
Yeah. I like the way they did this. Like, they don't show him killing her.
Yeah. But they just show him getting ready to, and then the aftermath.
After he killed her. Yeah. Just like flashes.
Because he gets out and he fucking leans down in front of the tent. You can tell he's gassed, man. He's just like catching his breath, and fucking there is blood.
Well, he's just sitting down. Yeah, he's sitting down in front of the tent.
Yeah.
And there's blood just... inside of the tent is just covered.
Great way to do it, because there's just like a light in there and fucking blood all over the place. It's like cool effect.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, it did look good. And talk about minimal... talk about setting it up as cheap as you possibly can. Was that a $40 tent from Walmart and some fake blood?
Like, you don't have to show it. Yeah, and it just plants that image of what happened and how brutal it was.
Because he's got that hammer with some, a chunk of hamburger and some ketchup on it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, the cinematography in this movie is really good.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
That we get our Danny scene where she is murdered. Where we at? Yana.
Yana,
Na.
She's like, she's going to bed. She's pissed. She's like, fuck this conversation. Fuck this lady. I'm fucking out of here. I'm going to bed with your weird, creepy doll. And while she's shutting off some lights, she stops and she looks at the doll and she notices it's got 5 holes in the back of its skull. Like, almost like you could grab it like a bowling ball, but with all 5 fingers.
Yeah.
And she gets some tweezers or whatever, because I assume the guy's like a medical doctor who has, like, you know, some forceps. Forceps are handy to have, especially for, like, roach clips. I'm just saying, throwing that out there.
Just saying.
Out in the zeitgeist. Those are fancy roach clips. But yeah, he's got the forceps or whatever. She digs in there and starts pulling shit out of the skull of this thing. There's like a tuft of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Two pictures rolled up.
Of Danny and Darcy, I believe.
Yeah. And then their parents, I think, was the other one. And then there's like a vial of blood, and she never looks in the last one. But she pulls out that vial of blood and kind of takes a gasp, and then Darcy's standing up and she's like, put it back. Yeah, she's gonna fucking kill her. But she puts it all back and she's like, oh, fucking fuck you. Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I was like, what the fuck is going on here with this head?
Yeah,
and
weirdly.
the whole, like you said, almost like a bowling ball in the back of this head.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fucking kind of cool, man. Like,
it is. It's just different.
It feels very the wooden man feels very Guillermo del Toro to me, like in appearance and in behavior, and like just the way that it's written into the story and the weird shit about it. It feels very old world horror, which I really, really like.
And there are several times throughout the film the head moves. Like, you don't see it move, but it's moved
in a different position.
Exactly, at some point, and you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Because I think before she's checking out the head, the reason she goes down there is she's on the balcony, and she looks down, and the head is staring straight up at her.
Oh, yeah.
So she drops her phone and breaks it, and then that's when she goes to check out the... I kind of also wonder what that is. You know, is it a costume? Is it a...
I wonder if it's both. Sorry, I'm making a drink. I think there's probably a prop version, and there's probably like a suit.
Like a suit?
A suit style.
That makes sense. I like it. Now, we are at the point where not Darcy. Yana's trying to sleep. She fucking keeps seeing Darcy at the table. I guess Darcy's sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what the fuck she's doing.
She goes downstairs to take a piss, but it looks like Darcy's passed out at the kitchen table.
Mm-hmm. Yana goes to the bathroom. She goes back upstairs. She's using Danny's old camera, and she's watching a video. I really like this part.
She's gonna start spanking her clam.
Yep,
like
she's doing it. She's gonna do it. How'd you know? She's watching this video of...
Ladies, do you use the term spanking your clam? Is that a... I think you should. I would...
Anyway, she's watching this video of Danny and Ted, and she... Not you.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, Yana, she's watching this video, Danny and Ted. She watches it for a second time. Second time she watches it, a fucking... I guess it's just a dead person. Is it Danny? I'm not really sure. It just appears on the screen. She fucking throws the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I like how that was done.
And
I don't know who that was.
Like, doesn't it flash again and it shows her in the room? And she's like, get out.
Yeah, well, she's actually in the room. That's what it appears, yeah. She throws the camera and then you hear, get out. Or run or something like that.
Yeah.
And it cuts and you see Danny and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, she goes downstairs. She's like fucking gonna go to the bathroom or whatever she's gonna do. And then she hears that trunk bump.
Yeah. And then she finds her keys in the trunk.
Right.
And she's like, she nopes the fuck out.
She does nope the fuck out real fast.
Which, it takes her a second because she goes out the front door and then she like looks back. I'd be gone, bro.
I did not expect her to survive this movie.
I didn't either. Yeah, I thought she was going to die right there.
Yeah.
for sure.
It's weird she's the final girl.
Right.
And she's barely in it and she's kind of an asshole.
Yeah. She is an asshole. Fuck her. at this point, we get some scenes with Ted, and I like the long, drawn-out silence here. There's really no dialogue, and it just kind of builds that tension.
Yeah.
The score is great throughout this entire film.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too much. Just hits the sweet spot, I think, for a horror film.
Barely notice it, but it sets the mood.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Ted arrives home, spots the door is wide open. Yana left it open. Wooden figure has now moved. There's no sign of Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
He finds her upstairs. Darcy says that she reveals that Olin came to the house to protect Danny, not kill her.
Right.
And she also reveals she fucking killed Olin.
Yeah.
Because she thought originally that he killed her sister, correct? I believe.
Wait, no. She didn't kill Olin.
No?
She didn't kill Olin. So here's what transpired. She's like, okay. She goes, there's a porter named Ivan that works at your hospital.
Correct.
That killed my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I work with an orderly named Ivan. And she's like, yes, that's the man. He killed my sister. She's like, well, why would Ivan at my work kill your sister? She's like, because you asked him to, of course. So she knows, Darcy knows that the husband, whose name
Ted.
I've forgotten, Ted, thank you, kind of weirdly generic but specific names, had his wife killed deliberately via this other man. And he's like, that's insane. He's like, listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out my phone and I'm going to put it right here where there's service. I'm going to go back to the office and I'm going to call the detective that worked the case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have him call you on this phone and then you can talk to him and he will, walk you through all the evidence. Just answer the phone.
Right.
And while he's giving her this speech,
Sorry.
Nope, it's okay.
Because there is a point though, real quick before we get any further. She admits to killing Olin.
She killed Olin?
Because think about,
I thought it was the dude in the mental hospital killed Olin.
I don't think so. We find there's a picture. His fucking head is exploded. The guy finds the eye on him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think Darcy controlled that wooden figure and it killed Olin because she thought that Olin killed her sister at first. I could be wrong, but she does admit to killing. She said, I dragged Olin out of his bed and killed him.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I
thought she was saying he did that or he had that done.
I don't think so. Because I'm quite certain she says Olin came to the house to protect her sister and that she dragged Olin out of his bed and killed him. I could be wrong because that was kind of confusing for me. I was like, wait a minute.
I'd be curious about some clarification on that, but if I'm being honest, I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
The jig is up.
Yeah.
But when Ted, when Ted is kneeling down and telling Darcy to make sure that she answers the phone, he's picking up this slot like a trap door. You can tell this is probably like an attic or access to the upper floor in case the stairs broke. Like it's just a little slot you can push up and crawl up through or crawl down through in case maybe there's a house
trap
fire.
Door, I think.
Yeah, just an extra exit. And he very quietly picks that up and takes it with him. And then when he finally gets back to the office and he calls the phone, she's hesitant, but she decides to answer it and she's blind, so she steps right in that fucking hole, falls down a flight onto that fucking like cobblestone floor or whatever. By the way, love that fucking house.
Yeah.
Like the stone floor and the stone walls and shit, just an absolute brick
Everything
shit
about
house.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
it seems like it was built in like the fucking 1800s or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the stone just looks, I don't know, it just looks cool.
Cool. It's very cool. Yeah. Cool and old.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also it would suck to fall on from, 12 feet in the air.
Yeah. It doesn't kill her, but she can't move.
Yeah.
Right?
She will die.
She's not going to
recover from that because also nobody is going to try to help her.
I like the way that the orderly goes to the house to check on her to make sure she's dead.
Yeah.
The way they talk about it on the phone.
Like it's a code
Like
or
it's
whatever.
a code, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I found it. It's broken.
Your phone, I found it. It's broken.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond repair.
Yeah, I don't think it can be fixed. Yeah, it's not going to pull through.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good stuff. And then as that guy is there, the wooden man is after that guy.
Yeah.
But to backtrack a bit, there is a really cool scene where the two of them are playing chess, and the guy's like, "Oh, you know,
Ivan and Ted.
Do you know where St. Mary's is or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "I go up there every year." He says, "It's where I grew up. They put a big wrought iron cross there to commemorate the place, and every year I go up there and I twist it and I twist it and I twist it till it breaks, and then the next year they put it back up. They keep putting it up, and I keep breaking it." You want to go with me? We could make a day of it. Fucking creep, dude. No, hard pass, actually.
I'm good,
For
actually.
you to kill me in the woods? No, thanks.
He's
I'm
like,
good.
no, I typically like to catch up on my sleep during the weekends. Thanks, though.
On weekends.
Yeah, Ivan's a fucking creep. When Ted is telling Ivan that he wants him to kill his wife, he's like, he's like, could be sexual, you know. Those types of things
could
happen.
Be sexually motivated. He's like, no, nothing like that's
Nothing
gonna
like
happen.
just fucking kill her.
Okay, now that we're that far in the story, I wonder if he did.
I don't know. Yeah, you just don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you would figure they would run DNA on it. It's modernish enough for forensics.
Right. But is it understood that Darcy controls that wooden figure? Because she's like, we are connected.
Yeah. I don't know if she controls the wooden figure or if it just kind of tries to protect them.
I feel like she was controlling it because
she's doing that weird hand thing.
And it picks up Ivan and it goes to kill him, but then she dies and it drops Ivan. He doesn't die.
And he wakes up.
He wakes up in the mental institution.
Yeah. Tied to the bed, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And of course Tim's there.
Ted
Tim
Birdman.
Ted Birdman. Ted Bundy, he's there. And fuck, he's like, man, what happened? You woke up and you told the guard, you told the ambulance people,
the nurse
that a wooden man attacked you. And he's like, yes. He goes,
what happened?
What do you mean, yes? He's like, I mean, that's what happened. And he's like, well, it's a good thing you're here. And then Ivan notices he's restrained. And Ted's like, the best thing about working in this place is nobody really asks any questions.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, there's violence on another patient. And then he just leaves the door open. And you see him let this other guy in. And he fucking comes up at the foot of the bed, and he's like, Ivan's like, oh, shit. And the guy's like, no, I'm going to get your toes. and he
fucking bites off his big toe.
He bites off his big toe. Now, see, I thought that once Olin Bull was framed for the murder of his wife, they put him back in the asylum, and that's the same thing Ted did to that guy. Just turn that crazy guy loose on him. But that's not really the same type of attack, like a guy that's just going to try to eat your bits.
Right.
Compared to having your head fucking exploded.
Right.
So I don't know. But I didn't catch the conversation, but that was like the impression that I was under.
Yeah, we need to do some investigating there.
Yeah. So we'll find out. But the next thing that happens is, as far as Ted's concerned, everything's fucking gravy, baby.
Yeah, he burns the wooden figure, by the way.
Burns the wooden man. Tells Ivan about it, too. He's like, I burned it. Didn't do shit. It was fucking pussy shit. And then Ted goes home from work after Ivan's dead. And he finds, he's got a little FedEx package on his doorstep. And he brings it in. It's a lovely little box. And inside that box is that doorbell from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And he sits there at the kitchen table, and he sits there, and he looks at it for a while. And I love the way the scene is done, because for you can tell that he's like, this fucking, of course she would have had this sent to me.
Yeah.
Of course she would have, because she's superstitious, and this would have been her like fail safe, type thing. But that's ridiculous. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in those sorts of things. But why test the fates? Why would I ring the bell? Like, you see him going through all these emotions without saying anything. Yeah. And then eventually he rings the bell and like looks around, kind of paranoid style.
A few minutes pass, nothing happens.
Doesn't see anything. And he just kind of smirks, and then as the camera pans out, you see the fucking doorbell hop behind him or whatever.
The doorman.
Yeah.
Just like, it's actually like just to the left of him.
God, fucking scared me.
And he's just like sitting there kind of with his eyes closed, kind of laughing to himself.
Yeah. Well, because Darcy tells him about the bell. She's like, well, the last 3 people that owned it turned up dead. Mm-hmm. So, it's haunted or whatever, bro.
I did just look it up. And yeah, so Darcy reveals to Ted that she knows he was responsible for Danny's murder. She reveals that she killed Olin to avenge Danny, but upon performing a psychometric reading of Olin's glass eye, she discovered he was in fact innocent. Ooh. Rather, it was Ted who arranged Danny's murder, enlisting the help of Ivan.
Awesome.
So yeah,
okay. I like that. That totally works for me. I don't know how I fucking missed that.
She says it kind of quiet, like quietly. It kind of sneaks it in there almost. I was like, I think I had to rewind it.
They were having a pretty intense exchange. I had actually, because this movie is like paced the way it is, I rewound like 6 things because I was like, I think I missed something.
It jumps a bit.
Yeah. You really have to be paying attention to get everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So he eventually gets killed by the doorman. We assume. Yeah. How many, if your thumbs
rating this puppy
were little tiny wooden men? You had 10 of them. How many tiny little wooden man thumbs you got?
10 murderous wooden man thumbs. They don't
have to be murderous. You control them, Birdman. So they're only murderous if you want them to be murderous. They could just be cool dudes.
Drinking Busch Light.
They're just cool dudes. Maybe playing some cornhole, having a beer, flipping a hamburger on a barbecue grill.
The more I talk about, like, I already liked this. Yeah. I liked it quite a bit. Is it tropey? A little bit.
It's not breaking the mold on anything.
No.
It's almost kind of paint by the numbers. But for what it is, I think it's like one of the best renditions of it I've seen in I don't fucking know how long.
Yeah.
It's like comfort food, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the subject matter. Yeah, that's kind of a great way to explain it. I don't know. I feel like a hard 8.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel that. I was like, upon finishing it, I was like, meh. I don't know, 6.5, 7. But as like another day to sit on it or whatever, I've kind of thought about it and stewed on it a little bit. I think like 8.5.
Yeah.
I was very pleased with it. I liked the way it turned out. There was nothing about it that was too slow. There was nothing about it that was so far-fetched and like in your face, like, ooh, the devil and Satan and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I did think it was gonna get to that point towards the end. I was worried. I was like, shit.
That's where I never have been able to get on board with like the Conjuring films or like Annabelle or they never hit for me.
Yeah. I think we'll go 8.5. I think I'll go 8.5 with you.
Yeah, I think.
Like I said, the more I talk about it, the more I like it. I already liked it. And I was like, it kind of, I don't know, just the ending left me with a smile on my face, kind of. I was like,
yeah, fuck yeah, fuck that guy. But I like, it's got a vibe and a look to it. I think regardless of what was happening, as long as it's dramatic in some way, I think it works.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the aesthetic and ambiance of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that one. That's Odd Titty.
Odd Titty. Yeah. 2024.
Weird.
It's I think you can only rent it right now, I believe. I don't think it's like stream.
Yeah, I think so. I had to rent. It was on Shudder for a spell.
Oh, it's a Shudder original.
Yeah. It might still be on Shudder. I'm not sure how they do that. I feel like Shudder will have them on Shudder when they come out, and then after a couple of months, be like, let streaming services have a crack at it, and they take it off of there for exclusivity purposes.
That might be what it is.
Yeah, good flick though. Shudder originals, man. There's a handful of really good ones out there.
And we didn't. I meant to say this at the top. Neither of us had watched this movie before this.
Yeah,
so that doesn't happen a lot.
That's a bit of a treat. No, that was one of the reasons I'm like, I don't know, it's got good reviews. It's been a banger year for horror movies.
Yeah.
But we'll talk more about that when we get to the last segment of the show. That's all I've got for now. We're going to hit you with a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and we're going to cover The Mangler.
The Mangler.
From 1995. From 95, The Mangler. And then we're going to do the Low Fill Awards, brought to you by Protect Plus. We'll be right back. Here's a word from our sponsors. Ooh, it's getting real late night.
Maybe like 3 a.m.
Could use a little something else, maybe something kind of sweet. Oh, fuck. I can't cut this, so we got it's a one and done situation. Ooh. I better just whip out my phone here and go to 3amsweets.com. Oh, God. But then the wind blew in. I entered a code. Cum joke. Ooh, 25% off. This is a real ad. Please send some business to 3amsweets.com. Hell yeah. Ooh. That's it.
We're gonna get up in it, boy.
What do you mean haunted?
What do you mean haunted? Blow it out your ass.
Fuck you. As he finally said it at the end.
Fuck you. I think I lost it. It's been too long since we watched it.
Think about it. Put yourself back there.
Fuck you.
Just slip right into it. Slip right into it like a comfy old chair, Birdman.
Like a comfy old cum sock.
What do you mean, crusty? Just barely audible at all. We are back. I don't know how much of that I cut in, but we are, of course, talking about the movie that I didn't pull up yet. It's called
The Mangler.
The Mangler.
Fuck yeah.
Mangler. There we go. Which is a 1995 R-rated horror sci-fi film. 1 hour, 46-minute runtime. The poster is fucking hilarious. It's got a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, 3.7 out of 5 on Goodreads. Who cares? It's directed by Toby Hooper, Hoop Dog.
Hoop Dog.
Hoop is life.
It's Tobe.
It's Tobe.
It's pronounced Tobe.
Is it really?
I don't know.
It'd be awesome if it was.
Tobe. Hooper. I can see it being Tobe.
What do you mean, Tobe?
What do you mean, Tobe?
Release date, March 3rd, 1995, based on a short story by Stephen King called The Mangler, probably.
Probably.
Stars Robert Englund, Ted Levine, who you may better know as Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs, Daniel Matmer, Vanessa Pike, Dimitri Phillips, Lisa Morris, Vera Blacker, and Jeremy Crutchley plays JJJ Pictureman.
JJJ.
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Picture
right?
Man, yeah. So this whole movie is actually MCU accurate. Except Robert Englund plays a weird version of the Penguin. Anyway, Birdman, what would you say this was about?
Oh fuck. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's right. Try it. It's gonna sound like he's making it up. I promise you. He's probably gonna just be telling the truth.
All right, so there's a laundry business, right?
The most powerful business in town. An industrial laundry.
There's this industrial laundry business, and the main machine, is possessed.
Oh yeah,
by something.
Fuck yeah.
We're not sure yet. When the movie starts, and it takes the lives of several people.
Yep.
And
it loves a 16-year-old. Just really greases its gears.
Everybody's trying to find out how to stop it.
When all you have to do is just not go into it.
Don't fuck with it.
That's all you have to do is just don't fuck with it. Maybe don't touch it. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, it's fucking... I think you sent it to me, right? You're like... the Mangler such and such score, because we base our bad movies on a score.
Yeah, it's the take the IMDb score, remove the decibel, and subtract that, or take the Google rating, subtract the IMDb score minus the decimal point.
Yeah,
and the higher that number, the more likely it is it's so good it's bad.
It's worked, I would say, 95% of the time.
It's a pretty accurate method, actually.
It's
weirdly.
Good. Yeah. Whenever you sent me the name and I looked up the movie on IMDb, I was like, what the fuck? It's about a possessed laundry machine, industrial laundry machine. And then to learn that it's a short story by Stephen King. I don't know. What are we doing here?
I don't know. It was fantastic, man. Well, Stephen King, all right, while I do love Stephen King's writing, he's got a tendency to be just hokey enough. You know what I mean? Even Pet Sematary, it's a little hokey. It's a little hokey. And something about that, right in that avenue of almost kind of cheesy, but actually quite a terrifying thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cozy area right there.
By the way, he didn't have anything to do with this film. I just want to make that clear.
He wasn't in it either.
He wasn't
normally he likes to be in his adaptations.
Yeah, a few other people took the story and said, "Hey, let's make this into a movie," and it's just bizarre. I wonder how much of the story made it to the movie. I
don't know.
It's bizarre. But I'm glad we watched it.
I've never read Stephen King's The Musher.
The Musher. It's gonna get you.
It's gonna be the.
Also, it doesn't. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say we both loved this movie.
I had so much unbelievably amount of just an unbelievable amount.
That being said, it probably didn't need to be an hour and 46 minutes.
No, but I don't know where you'd cut it, is the thing. I don't know where you'd cut it. It never really felt long in the tooth. I just we're always kind of strapped for time for this sort of thing because we're doing it on a Friday evening.
Right.
So we try to keep the bad movie shorter if possible. If there are two equally fun looking movies and one of them's 20 minutes shorter, you bet your ass we're watching the shorter one.
Right. This time we had a little more time.
I feel like it didn't need to be an hour 45, but I don't know where you trim it up.
I think there are some scenes with John and his buddy. What was his buddy's name?
You talking about the goth guy?
Yeah, the goth guy. The fuck was his buddy's name? I don't know. I can't find it. I feel like there was some scenes with those two that maybe could have been trimmed down a little bit because they just kind of
or clarified because you can't really understand either of them. Right. One's got an accent and the other guy sounds like he has a whole hamburger in his mouth.
He sounds like he's eating turds.
He's got that. It's the whole time we're like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. He's got that very weird. I always thought that was some sort of impression he was doing in Silence of the Lambs, but that's just kind of how he sounds. A little bit. Yeah. Which is
It's fucking,
interesting.
It's a voice.
It's interesting.
It is a voice.
It's hard to take him seriously.
It is. It really is.
What are you guys doing?
Hey, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? I don't know how to describe it.
No, you were killing me. You'll settle back into it.
We'll settle back into it.
You're gonna fucking nail one, and I'll let everybody know. Be like, that's it. That's the one.
What else has Tobe Hooper done?
Tobe Hoop?
Tobe Hoop.
I don't know.
He directed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh shit! I love Texas Chainsaw
and
Massacre.
Poltergeist.
Oh my god! Look at this bastard.
Damn,
he's fucking crazy looking. Look at this fucking picture. How horny is this? Boom.
Oh.
Just got a cigar looking like a murderer. Fuck yeah, Tobe Hooper. Oh, Tobe Dog.
Tobe Dog.
Fuck yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
R.I.P.
Leatherface. Boy, he just did a bunch of Texas Chainsaw. Oh my god, he did Life Force? Hold on. Is that true? Oh my god, Toby Force directed
he did Life Force.
Wow, Life Force is fucking amazing.
Is it?
No.
Oh, amazingly bad.
It's the opposite of that. It is an absolute fucking hoot, though.
So
yeah, that's one we covered on the. I think I did that one with Nate.
A race of space vampires arrives in London and infects the populace, beginning an apocalyptic descent into chaos.
Yep. Click images.
Images?
Yeah, yeah.
What am I looking for?
If you Googled it, I don't know. Just look at some images.
I'm just on IMDb. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
You know what I'm talking about.
Are there space titties?
Fun bags, hose hounds. Check out the fun bags on that hose hound. What does that even mean? I've been saying that my whole life. I don't even know what it means.
All right. Should we talk about
let's fucking
the
get
movie
into
that we
man.
watched, I guess?
So, imagine the Batman Returns. But imagine the guy that plays Batman, you can't understand him. He's like, I think the Joker's up to something. But it's not the Joker, it's the Penguin. The Penguin's played by Robert Englund.
Oh, man. So Robert Englund, his character, owns this industrial laundromat. And can we just talk about his
industrial? It is one machine. They have
one
machine in this laundromat.
It's just one machine.
That's it.
And all it does is IMDb, I think, listed it incorrectly. They said it says a laundry folding machine. That's not what it is. I don't think, right?
It's a
like
speed steamer that also does folding.
Oh, it does? At the end.
That was the end. That was that.
Yes. Okay.
Those weird flappy when it's folding over on Robert Englund at the very end. And he's like,
see? So can we talk about Robert Englund's look for this?
Oh my, please do, at length.
How would you describe it? It is weird because we were like, is that the Penguin?
Yeah, and it is. It just like if he had leg braces and used crutches to get around easier on his leg braces.
And was skinnier.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. He looks so much like the Penguin because he's got that one fucked up eye and he wears those two glasses, glasses, but one of the lenses is blacked out.
So weird.
And he's got the weird nose like the Penguin and he's like, oh, hell's bells, Clarice.
And he's smoking the fucking cigar.
Yeah, and he's got a weird fucking like release valve in his throat or whatever. He is an absolute freak.
Release valve, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
He's got just, oh man, when he finally lets that puppy loose.
Ooh.
Whew. I tell you what, you guys think I make some gross bodily noises on this show. Check out the Mangler.
You should watch the Mangler.
Get mangled, idiot.
So,
I wish he would have said that. Pushed Robert Englund in that machine and been like, get fucking mangled, you moron.
So we're talking about the same guy that played Freddy Krueger.
Oh,
he is the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Such a fun caricature supervillain in this. Oh, it's great.
It's over the top.
You never knew how much you needed it,
but
until you get to see it. Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Just everything about his character it's just insane. So basically, he made a deal with the devil, correct?
Yeah, to bless his machine.
Yeah.
With devil industrial powers.
To what, though? You know what I mean? Like, why did he make it to...
To get around the fucking... OSHA red tape? I don't fucking know.
Does it make the machine more efficient, you think?
Blood money? I don't know. He has to sacrifice a thing to it, but maybe it gives him blood money or something. I don't fucking know. Here is one thing I do want to talk about, just the aspect of the horror of like, oh my God, this killer machine. We both worked in industrial environments for a period. Did you ever come across an instance where someone was like very seriously injured in the workplace via a machine?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a particularly disturbing story you might mind to share with our listeners?
I didn't get to see this, but
Didn't get to, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't see. I'm not like, man. I wish
I'm just giving you shit.
Wish I could have seen that.
The craziest thing it's a thing I didn't see either.
But this dude had his thumb split down the middle.
Oh my God!
Like.
What type of machine? What was it? Was it the trimmer? That trimmer fucking thing?
It's like a trimmer for the boots. It's been so long ago. I'm trying to remember exactly what it did to.
Is it like a belt situation or?
Dude, I can't even fucking remember. All I know is this sharp object split his thumb down the middle, like probably to the knuckle.
That's fucking horrifying. So for a bit, he had 2 thumbs. He could have technically given this movie 3 thumbs up. Which is a rare treat.
Yeah.
I would have had somebody take a picture and be like, quick, before I pass out.
Quick. There was a time I didn't get hurt. I will say, I thought I still had like a little scar. Oh, yeah, I do. You can barely see it. But
you get tickled?
I got tickled. I was wearing a lab coat because some of the stuff you work with, you don't want it on your clothes.
Right. When you're splicing human bodies together, I know.
Yeah, exactly.
In the zombie factory that you worked in, of course.
Yes, exactly.
I remember.
Wearing a lab coat, and there's this wire wheel that is for, I believe it was for cleaning something in particular. I don't remember.
It's for the Frankensteins. I remember.
Yeah, it's a wire wheel. It's just fucking
just a coil of wire.
Yeah, it's just continuously spinning. I got too close to it, and it sucked in the fucking vest I was wearing or whatever, and tore the shit out of my arm a little bit. Like, I wasn't seriously injured, but if you look close enough, there's definitely a little scar. Oh. So that was kind of scary. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, what's your...
I worked in a facility where we designed and made controllers for industrial machinery, like roll formers. And we would often go down to this place in Kansas. I'm not going to name any of these places. But we would go down to this place in Kansas in a real fucking shithole, like the worst place on the planet, where I would think if you tested fate, this is the place you would die. But anyway, this guy was showing potential customers that were going to buy these giant roll formers how smooth the material came off of the coil, because we sold them as a set. We sold one roll former that would actually create the material coil, and then we sold another set that would actually form it into like guttering or shelving or whatever the machine was. I don't know, there were thousands of them. But anyway, this guy was showing how smooth the material ran off of the coil, and a burr on the material grabbed his shirt sleeve and sucked him into a machine running at like 180 feet per minute. And it just turned him into nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it just...
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he had gone in and manually like turned off the safety light curtain, like deliberately to give this presentation. And yeah, just absolutely got fucking sucked into it and turned into mist.
Wow.
And then 2 weeks later, I was there setting up another machine. It was fucking pretty intense, man, because you like would ask the people that work there, like, I don't know those fucking people. They just work in a factory in a different state, you know. Yeah. Be like, hey, out there smoking a cigarette, and be like, hey, what happened to fucking that guy? And they're like, just turn white, fucking pale, and be like, sorry, man, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Did you see it? And they're like, I'm gonna go back to work.
Please leave me alone. Yeah, man.
I know this town at least has a post office. Have you thought about a career change?
Yeah, nothing like that where I worked. But, oof.
a bigger product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bigger product, bigger machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like the tire place that is in the town we're from.
Oh yeah.
I've heard a lot of bad accidents.
Yeah, same.
Come out of that building.
Sound like a sketchy fucking place to go to me.
Yeah. But yeah. Back to the Mangler.
Back to the Mangler.
Back to the Mangler.
What do you mean the fucking Mangler? You got a 6-pack of beer?
Yeah. So the Mangler, it keeps taking people's lives, right? And
because they just keep diving into it.
They just keep fucking putting their hands into the machine like fucking idiots.
I like the guy that comes over after the accident. He's like, the guy comes over. He's like, well, got the safety bar. If somebody gets stuck in the machine, you just move this lever and machine shuts off. It seems fine. You're good.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Fire it back up. Get all this human viscera out of there, obviously.
Can we clean up a little bit of the blood?
It is a fucking horrifying looking machine, though, and it is like the last thing I would like to get sucked into. But that's exactly what would hit. Like the conveyor belts and the fucking spinning wheels and the traction wheels and gears and shit. What?
Yeah, I will say it did a very good job of showing like limbs getting sucked up into this thing and like rolled up. I was like, oh, I was actually like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, some of it pretty gnarly.
Gnarly.
And then you'd have fucking Robert Englund be like,
oh, so that dude's name, the main guy's buddy was Mark, played by Daniel Matmore.
Okay.
Mark Jackson. So I was just reading the wiki and it said, police officer John Hunton, with the help of his demonologist brother-in-law, Mark.
Hell yeah.
That's his brother-in-law? I don't even think we learned that.
He did say, he's like, man, my sister really did love you. It was just like a throwaway, you know?
Very brief.
Yeah, very, very brief.
Those two are investigating what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
They want to stop it. They want to help the people. We get a lot of scenes of Robert Englund just being a cocksucker.
Just a maniacal fucking shitbag.
The worst owner you could ever work for.
I don't know. I'm not a dude that'd give him a run for his money. He looks nicer, but I don't know.
I like the supervisor too. He was a fucking asshole as well.
Yeah. That guy, that dude felt like a caricature to me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they fucking both did.
You're right.
Ridiculous.
Ridic.
I like the bit where they're trying to investigate the ice box.
And the ice box is also haunted.
So I wonder, here's what happened. Some guys at the laundry facility are moving an ice chest and they drop it and it hits the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Did that pass possession on to, I guess,
put a magical dead boy inside of
to the ice box?
I don't know what I mean? Here's the thing: is like, can a box be haunted? Because it's just a box. It just has a door.
I mean,
that's it.
Maybe if it came into
five walls, one on a hinge.
Well, they opened up the chest, and there were some dead birds in there. One living bird. I don't know what the deal was with that.
What is this ice chest just eating birds? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
I imagine it's like birds are supposed to like portend death or something. Like maybe they were supposed to be crows and something was lost in translation.
They definitely had some doves in this movie.
In translation. From English to English.
So I like the bit where they just John destroys the ice box.
Oh my god.
Because they think it's possessed. And it might be. I don't know.
What does he say? He's like, you dog fucker. He says something fucking crazy.
Did I write it down?
Would you fuck me? Fuck you.
Oh, he says, I don't know if it's this point, but I wrote down, he goes, get some dynamite and blow the shit out of this pig.
It's when he's like, when he's finally on board that fucking piece of machinery is possessed. He's like,
that's what he said.
We'll get some dynamite and blow the shit out of this pig.
There's another bit where he says, he's talking to his brother-in-law, and I don't know, I think it's about the machine, and He says, "Well, stick some fucking garlic up its ass."
He's got some fucking amazing lines in this. Just amazing. I don't know who wrote this, but I want them to do my autobiography.
It was the fucking Toby, baby.
Toby
wrote it. Stephen David Brooks and Harry Allen Towers.
Fucking Harry Towers.
Harry Towers. His initials are Hat.
That's my porn
Harry
name.
Allen. Your porn name is
my porn name.
Harry
Allen
Towers. Oh shit! That's
it's supposed to be your middle name in the road you grew up on.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. Okay, that's
there.
Fun.
It is.
That's fun.
That's good stuff. So we have a great. Fuck, I can't fucking talk.
We do have a great.
We have a lot of great one-liners from John Hunton.
He can say almost anything, and it's a good one-liner because
great.
he sounds so unique.
He does. It sounds like like I was explaining it to you. It's like he's eating a hot piece of like a piece of pizza that's way too hot, but he's still trying to talk.
Yeah.
Or maybe like you were saying, like,
and also acting tough, like it's not hot, because you'd be like, "Ha."
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that. He just
yeah.
He doesn't let anything in his mouth touch when he talks. Nothing. Your teeth can't touch. Your tongue can't touch. Nothing.
That's the way you talk, baby.
We see a couple sleepy boys.
We're a couple sleepy babies. Oh man, this was good. This was fun.
An absolute fucking trip.
It's just a lot of back and forth with people dying, the duo trying to figure out how the fuck to stop this machine.
Yeah. Robert Englund's trying to fuck his niece.
Oh my god.
Pretty
Who's
sure
16 years old?
There's no.
But she looks like she's in her 20s.
There's no way his wiener works, and she's supposed to be 16. She's 28.
Right. And I guess they think the blood. She's supposed to be a virgin. The blood of a virgin will stop the machine.
I like that bit. That one girl that almost died in it. They go and they interview her, and she's crying. She's distraught. She's having a bad time. They're getting ready to leave. He's like, "So sorry we bothered you. We're leaving." And then the guy turns around and he goes, "Are you a virgin?" He screams at her.
What the fuck?
She's like, just get out. Get out of here, pervert.
What is the deal with that? The virgin blood? Like, is that to stop the machine, or is that to?
It's an old thing. They're like, oh, it's a. That's what you need for a spill. You need the blood of a virgin. Because why not?
Right. Yeah, that does seem to track with a lot of bad media.
Not me. Had sex at least once.
just once.
Can confirm. Have one biological child.
One biological. Okay. Oh, shit.
Since when have you got to check with your missus? Since we got married. Have you had sex with her yet? We have 2 children. Oh, twice, you cheeky bastard.
Twice. Oh, shit. Oh, the photographer in this.
Oh, JJJ
Picture Man.
Picture Man, yeah.
His name is JJJ Picture Man.
Dude, this guy's a trip.
Oh.
I wish I personally knew this guy.
He's carrying around a camera that looks like it's from the 40s.
It's old. Yeah, it's super old.
It's old.
Big flash bulb. You know what I mean? Like,
but he still somehow manages to surprise John.
Yeah.
Every time.
There's a bit when he gives him a little like and a wink, and it's like it just is lightning fast, and I'm like, ugh, that's fucking creepy.
But you know what I mean?
He's wearing a lot of like facial aesthetics, like a lot of like make him look older type makeup or whatever.
Yeah.
And while you can still look at him and go, that guy's wearing a lot of makeup, it fucking looks good. Like, you can tell it's there, but it fits. Yeah, it fits the aesthetic, I guess.
But he's always popping up and scaring John. He was like, he takes a picture, and John's like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? Oh, sorry. What the fuck? Where'd you come from?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's something like that. I lost it because I got to see it. It's got to be here, you know?
I thought it was going to be some kind of metaphor where, like, the cameraman's the devil or something. But no, because he dies at the end.
Right.
Well, not even at the end. Close to the end, I guess.
Yeah. The doc tells me I ain't got long to live. The way he dies was...
What does the doctor know about it?
The way he dies is pretty fun.
Yeah.
He's just...
spits
and spits
into the camera.
fucking blood everywhere.
So some of the effects for like the way characters are killed and stuff, pretty satisfying. Not gonna lie, like it's like popping a pimple. You know what I mean?
Ooh, gross.
Yeah.
Now CGI in this,
Feels good though.
CGI in this thing is awful.
Yeah, to the nth degree.
Terrible.
Well, I wouldn't even say to the nth degree. It's not as bad as Spawn.
You don't think it's as bad as Spawn?
I don't think it's as bad as Spawn. I think the lighting was handled. I don't think it's as bad as Spawn because the lighting was handled so much better. In Spawn, there's the bit where they go to hell, and it's like a PlayStation 1 video game. It looks real bad. This doesn't look that bad, but you like...
Yeah,
to someone who's seen good CGI, it obviously is.
Yeah, it's gonna look like shit.
Yeah, it kind of looks
like
shit.
Spawn's older, right, than this.
Ooh, not much. If it is, Spawn might be like 97.
Oh yeah, Spawn's after this, huh?
Yeah, they spent all the budget on the other shit.
Oh my god, John Leguizamo.
I hope that's what they spent all the money on. Could you imagine
that fucking
working
character
with him in character all day long, and he just waddles up next to you? Hey, how's it going? He goes, "You got a light? Have a smoke break?" Eh?
If you haven't listened to our episode where we covered Spawn,
it's a goodie.
Check it out.
I don't know what we watched with Spawn, but it probably wasn't as good as Spawn. If I'm being honest, Spawn was fucking quite the treat.
It was a good time for sure. But we had a blast with this. The Mangler was super fun.
I would recommend the Mangler to anyone. I think 10 out of 10 dentists would finally agree on the Mangler.
10 out of 10 dentists. Is there anything else we can? I don't
know. I mean, we could recast it if you want, but we don't really have to. We covered it for half an hour. That's more gas than I thought I had on it. Apart from just being like, I fucking loved it.
This we don't need to do anything about this.
I don't think so. I think it's fine exactly the way it is.
As a bad movie, this is a gem.
Yeah.
It just should not be fucked with. We're excited to watch The Mangler 2 at some point.
Yeah, in a weird turn of events, there are 3 The Mangler movies, and I guess just because it's the Low Fill Awards, just for you, we decided to finally...
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. we decided to finally watch the first movie in a set of...
in a series, basically.
So... This is the MCU, right? The Mangler Cinematic Universe.
I think it is. So there's the Mangler 2, and then the Mangler Reborn. Of course they called it the Mangler Reborn.
We're going to have to watch all these.
We have
to find more haunted item movies to watch then.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. How many... If you had 10...
Ooh. 10 of a thing from the machines or... Oh, wait a minute. Before we get... Let's talk about the chase.
Oh, fuck.
The end of the movie.
Yep.
Let's talk about this.
Yes.
We almost forgot this. This is one of the best parts of the movie. Towards the end of the movie, it's John, his brother-in-law, and then the niece... Sherry, 16-year-old, whatever her fucking name was.
It's one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, it's her.
There are I don't mean to be insensitive about it, but this isn't passing the fucking the test. Because all the leading women in this kind of look the same, have very generic names, almost no lines, and they're very difficult to tell apart because they dress exactly the same.
Yeah, it's the niece though, or whatever she is to fucking
Robert England's
Penguin.
Yeah, Robert Penguin's
Robert Penguin.
We both watched The Penguin also, so this is top of mind. But he's very much like the Batman Returns style Penguin. Not Danny DeVito style, but like the fucking God, what's his name? The old school ones where it's like wham, zip.
Oh yeah.
What is his name?
Robert De Niro?
No,
not Robert De Niro. Whatever.
You up to something in Gotham?
Robert De Niro. Oh fuck.
You killed my parents?
You fuck my mother?
You fuck my wife?
Oh shit. What would the old? What's the name of the old? He's doing his
Where
best.
is she?
He's doing his best De Niro right now. You can't see it.
No, it's the face is what makes it. But the audio is nothing. But the facial's pretty good because I have the eyebrows.
Back to the machine.
Yeah, the Mangler.
So we've got the three people, and they're going to fucking put an end to the Mangler.
Fucking A.
No, but the Mangler
is going to put an end to them.
It's going to put an end to them. They think they beat it, right? They're throwing all these prayers at it.
Holy water,
everything. All this bullshit. No. The Mangler explodes, but within the machine is the core.
It's a bipedal monster.
Yeah. What the fuck?
And it fucking chases them down fictional hallways and never-ending stairwells.
Is this supposed to be hell? Like a stairway to hell?
It looked like a stairway to hell, and then they're like, quick, jump! And they jump down, and it's like
just water.
It's like 10 feet deep, and it's some water. It's fine.
I like the scene where his brother-in-law gets killed by that machine, though.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
That looked pretty intense. The CGI machine was a sight to behold, for sure.
It was, not a
it wasn't terrible,
it wasn't
but
a horrible design. Like, are you old enough that you like watched the Ninja Turtles when you were a kid?
No, Danny, I'm not the same age as you.
Okay, well, I watched the reruns on Nick at Night, but those the Mouser robots, it just looked kind of like one of those, but blown up and not as smooth, like more jagged. But yeah, just like a two-legged chomping monster.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a pretty good way of explaining it. But it kills the brother-in-law, and then
nom 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 nom
nom nom nom nom. The other two get away.
Gothic Simon Pegg.
Right, Gothic Simon Pegg. The other two get away, and then in the end, of course, the niece is running the new laundry facility,
industrial laundry.
Yeah, she's fucking running it.
My favorite part when they're like, he's the most powerful man in town. I'm like, running a laundromat?
Hey. Fuck yeah.
Who works there? Like 3 uniform companies? Is that what makes up the whole town? I don't understand is that just like that's their main export is sheets?
Before there was Gus Fring.
Before there was Gus Fring, there was whatever Robert Englund's character's name was.
Bill Gartley.
Bill Gartley, yeah, that's it. Hills Bills.
Yeah, he says all sorts of cheesy shit.
He like chop his teeth and shit. Just creepy as fuck, man. Fuck. Really, really romping on the gas real hard. And you know what? I'm here for it, dude. I thought it was a hoot.
Oh man.
How many 10 of what type of things do you want
to what if we just did him?
Robert Englund, his character?
Bill Gartley's. If you had 10 Bill Gartleys.
If you had 10 little Bill Gartley thumbs.
Yeah.
How many 10 little thumbs clacking away, just making clackety clack.
Get back to work, see?
Work them to death. Like there's no tomorrow. Everyone has to make sacrifices.
It's going to be a 10!
Yeah, it's a 10. It's a 10 for me too. Yeah, this one. This is our second 10 ever in the history of it.
Is it second? I thought it was our third.
I think it's our. I think it is our second as far as bad movies are concerned.
Okay.
I think it's just this and Guyborg.
Guyborg.
Yep, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Guyborg. Cyborg.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that concludes that part of the podcast. Let's bring it on to the. There we go. There's the right button.
Hey, thank you.
That's the Low Fill Awards. We're getting ready to do them.
Sponsored by Protect Plus.
Sponsored by Protect Plus. Brought to you by Protect Plus. Here we go. So this is going to be a little shorter than we normally do it. I don't know if you recall the rules, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through the films that we watched in review for the year. And we are going to take a character from movie A and a character from movie B and drop them in a basketball court, and they have to fight to the death, and we have to say who would win for certain. No room for error. You can't argue with it. If you think a different thing, you're wrong.
Why is it a basketball court?
I don't know. Why not? Close quarters?
That's not really,
Close-ish quarters. They can't go anywhere.
Are they playing basketball?
No, it depends on the movie, I guess.
How about we do who would win in a fight and then who would win in a game of hoops?
Oh, okay. All right. I'll double down. I'll double down. Who could hoop on who? Okay. So first up, we've got Violent Night. So David Harbour as Santa Claus versus a bunch of raccoons in Christmas attire from Killer Raccoons 2 Dark Christmas in the Dark. Now, I know that you didn't watch these. This was an episode we did with Alicia. But I am going to go ahead and say for sure raccoons in Christmas attire for this one.
Killer raccoons. I mean, raccoons can be vicious.
They can be.
By the way.
Yeah, especially when they're armed. These ones have guns and shit. And, while Santa Claus is mythical and badass, I don't think that he would beat up a bunch of raccoons. I think he would cower and they would capitalize on their moment to attack.
Mm. Was that a fun movie?
It
Killer
was
Raccoons or no?
Ridiculously well written. Like I could not fucking believe how much I enjoyed it. I even said on the podcast episode, I'm like, I honestly thought this was going to be really fucking stupid, and I cannot believe how much I liked it. Like it was stupid.
But it's fun, stupid.
But it was the right amount of it where they knew what they were doing and they're like, we're just having fun here, aren't we, guys? And I was like, we are just having fun. It's okay.
But it's not a sequel. It's just
no, it is. I think there's just a Killer Raccoons movie, but this is Killer Raccoons ! 2 ! Dark Christmas in the Dark.
No, that's it.
There's not a Killer Raccoons movie.
No,
I guess that's really the only one you need then.
I think that's probably part of the joke.
There's not a Killer Raccoons movie?
No, there's a movie called Killer Rack.
That's really funny. I guess it is just the second one. Wow. Killer Raccoons 2 Dark Christmas in the Dark. Yeah, it was a fucking good flick,
awesome.
Man. I would highly recommend that, especially with Christmas being right around the corner. That's a fun watch.
There we go. All right. Do you think the raccoons would win in ball or?
Oh, fuck. I think Santa could probably out-hoop a bunch of raccoons.
Yeah, he probably could, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they have while they will work together, I don't think they have the coordination to hoop like that.
No.
Okay, here we've got Leo DiCap in The Revenant versus that man in a bear suit from Grizzly 2: Revenge.
I mean, come on.
You think Leo can out-fucking ball? Well, I mean, he beats a real grizzly bear in The Revenant.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to... But the grizzly bear in Grizzly 2 Electric Boogaloo was almost supernatural because it wanted to get into that rock concert, if you recall.
Yeah.
Which is not usual bear behavior.
Grizzly 2 Revenge. What a movie.
Do you remember that? It had George Clooney in it for 19 seconds?
Yeah.
It's fucking so weird. Who else was it? It was George Clooney. It was a bunch of really super famous people, but they were...
Laura Dern and Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Laura Dern, Charlie Sheen, and...
It was those three for 3 minutes.
3-4 minutes, maybe, max.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking...
I'm going Leo.
You go? I think I'm going to go Leo, too, because he's hard as fuck in The Revenant.
Yeah. God damn, he's hard.
But who can ball harder? I think it's got to be Leo, because he's in the Basketball Diaries. Which is clearly a movie about basketball.
Fuck yeah. I think Leo wins that.
You think Leo takes that one? All right, Here we go. Fight to the death.
On a basketball court for some reason.
Colin Farrell in The Lobster versus the Lobster Man from Mars. I'm making a drink. Think about it.
Well, the Lobster Man from Mars.
You remember that one?
Was that... Yeah, man, that fucking sucked because I thought it was going to be super goofy and it was just a movie within a movie.
Yeah, it was kind of for kids.
And it was PG. Man, that sucked. I felt like an ass for recommending that.
It wasn't as much fun as I thought it would be.
So we got the Lobster Man from Mars or Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's just kind of, I don't know. He's kind of a bitch in The Lobster.
In The Lobster, in almost any other movie he's ever been in, I would take Colin Farrell. But in The Lobster, he is deliberately kind of a fucking quivering pussy.
Yeah.
So I gotta
the
give
lobster man,
the
I
lobster
guess.
man from Mars is like, I'll kill people. Snap, snap. So I gotta give it to the lobster man from Mars. Also, Colin Farrell's not particularly athletic in The Lobster. So I think I'm gonna give it to the lobster man from Mars in a game of pickup too.
Even though he doesn't have hands.
And he's never played basketball.
I have to agree.
I feel like he could take Colin Farrell in The Lobster to the house.
Yeah, probably.
All right, here we go. This is going to be a hard one to do. Jesus, this does not feel like... This feels like more than a year ago. This is weird. Jurassic Park and Triassic Hunt. Who do we... Wait, because it's... What is it, Velociraptors in Triassic Hunt, if I remember? It's not like a T-Rex or anything. It's Allosaurs. That's what it is. So I guess it would be... I don't know, Allosaurs from Triassic Hunt versus the T-Rex from Jurassic Park? Actually, how about this? How about the military guy that was trying to hunt the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park versus the military outfit that was hunting the dinosaurs in Triassic?
I kind of want to see dinosaurs battle
each other.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
And then, for some reason, on a basketball court again.
That would be really cool because all the action would be. It wouldn't take long. It's not like you're watching them in a giant wildlife sanctuary where they have to like hunt each other out.
Are we talking like Madison Square Garden, or is it just the court?
It could be. Ooh. Okay, like Madison Square Garden, but they can't get in the stands.
Oh,
like just imagine the walls are way higher.
Fuck. All right,
but we can see
not
everything.
a lot of room to work with for the dinosaurs.
We're courtside though, so we get real good seats. Yeah, there doesn't need to be a lot of room. That's what's going to make it a good fight.
Well, it's probably going to be T-Rex, right?
T-Rex versus Allosaur? Man, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to consult Google. Let's see here.
For what?
Who would win T-Rex versus Allosaurus? Tyrannosaurus Rex T-Rex would likely win in a fight against an Allosaurus. Bite force. T-Rex had a bite force of almost 12,800 pounds, which is similar to the weight of an adult T-Rex, and Allosaurus has a bite force of 3,572.56 newtons, which is comparable to a wolf's bite force.
I knew
Sounds
it.
like kind of a pussy-ass fucking dinosaur, for real. A wolf? That's it? Then why are you so
those things
big?
are small as fuck, aren't they?
I guess fucking small enough to get fucked up by the T-Rex.
T-Rex is going to ball all
Jurassic
over their
Park
ass, too.
wins. Nobody wins the basketball match because they can't grab a ball.
Well, neither can a crab.
You seen the Allosaurus? It's got even shorter hands. They just like fingers sticking out of the side. Crazy. Count Orlok from Nosferatu versus the man, the myth, the legend, Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Is that with
Leslie Nielsen?
Leslie
you know
Nielsen.
it. Yeah. Not as fun as I thought it would have been.
Yeah, you said that.
I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. I was like pretty disappointed with how funny it wasn't really.
Yeah.
A lot of real low hanging fruit, which is a shame.
Schlocky, just...
Yeah, because Leslie Nielsen's fucking hilarious, but it felt like they were trying to paint too much other stuff into it.
Well, and it's kind of towards the end of the spoof era with him, I think, right? Maybe?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was one of the latest ones.
I don't know. So I haven't seen Dead and Loving It.
Boy. In the fight, I think I'm going to take Count Orlok from Nosferatu. But in the ball game, I'm taking Nielsen. Dracula.
I bet
Dead
he
and
could
Loving
ball.
It. He could ball hard as fuck because he turned into a hilariously large bat with Leslie Nielsen's face, which Count Orlok couldn't do. And he was so slow and weird and had those long fucking fingernails. You could just check him and it would like break his fingers.
Oh my god,
he'd be a little bitch about it.
I guess now that I'm looking at it, Wrongfully Accused was in 1998, so that was after Dracula, and that's
way after fucking Nosferatu though, because that was.
Well, yeah.
It's like silent.
Right.
Are you excited about the fucking Robert Eggers repolish?
I don't know, because
early reviews look fucking badass, but I feel like early reviews for everything look badass.
Right, yeah.
It's hard to tell until I actually see a couple of people I know be like, no, it's pretty good.
I don't think I'm really into his style of film.
Yeah? You don't know if you're into the Eggman?
I'm not feeling the Eggman because I didn't like The Lighthouse.
I couldn't get in it. I tried it twice, fell asleep twice.
I tried to start The Northman, and it was just...
I really like The Northman. We've talked about it a couple of times. I really like The Northman, but I get why you shut it off early, because I'll be honest with you, the first 15 minutes of it had me pretty fucking like, okay, let's go. Like, you got 5 minutes. you got 5 more minutes, and I'm going to shut this off.
And then I haven't watched The Vivitch, so I can't say much about that.
I have rewatched The Vivitch, mostly in completion. Like, just tried to watch it while I was doing something else. And
to completion, though?
No, I didn't watch all of it. I watched probably 65% of it. And that was a jerking off joke. I get it. I really like that bit with the goat.
All right, we're way off topic.
Yeah, we are way off topic.
Back to the game.
Okay. All right. Okay. How about Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey versus that guy from Laser Blast?
Ooh, Laser Blast guy's gonna win in a fight.
Yeah. You think so? I think so too, because he's like possessed by it. Like it's turning him into a turtle man or something. A turtle man alien. Remember those guys? They just look like big uncircumcised wangs. It's fucking pretty good.
Man, that was a fun movie. As far as Ball though,
I think Hal's got, not Hal. What's his name? Dave.
Dave.
No, Dave.
Who's Dave?
Don't turn it off, Dave. Well, Hal's the computer, right?
Yeah.
Hal 9000. I'm talking about the guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hal.
Oh no, a computer doesn't stand a chance against even just a man who like can turn it off.
Right.
Yeah, no, I meant the guy, Dave. It's his name. No, Dave, I'm dying, Dave.
Dave.
So Dave versus Laser Blast guy. Dave's pretty. He's pretty sharp on his feet.
Dave could ball. I think he's gonna ball.
David ball hard as
all
fuck.
day.
He's a fucking astronaut, dude.
You know how slow the Laser Blast dude was with that goddamn thing on his arm, gun on his arm.
He could go. He'll get goaltending.
He could shoot the ball out of the
with this laser blaster.
Yeah. I still think Dave would.
I think David
ball all day.
He'd ball on him fucking hard. All right,
break his ankles.
How about Norman Bates versus the guy from Psycho Cop?
That's a fight I want to see.
I would fucking check that out.
Psycho Cop.
I think I would take Norman Bates. I think he would lure Psycho Cop into a false sense of having the upper hand.
You think?
Maybe that's kind of like Norman Bates' thing, though. Is like he makes you feel safe when you're not.
I thought that Psycho Cop Officer Joe Vickers would win, but I don't know, Dan.
I forgot about that dude's face. He might. That guy's just a murderer. Yeah, I would take Psycho Cop in that.
He's more aggressive than Norman Bates is.
I'd take him on the ball court too. Now that you mention it, yeah, you can't defend that. Psycho Cop, you get out of his way. He fucking wouldn't care if it was a foul or not because he'd break your fucking neck.
He just calls his own fouls, but doesn't do anything about it.
Right. That would be typical behavior for him. Here we go. Okay, Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And the girl from High Tension. But I can't remember her name.
High Tension.
May Win.
What'd you call it?
Who is May Win? Meet the controversial French director.
Writer-director. Why is she controversial?
Fuck, I don't know. Probably because of this movie, High Tension.
Was this a bad movie that you watched?
Yeah, well, it was a weird episode. Like, somebody recommended it as a bad movie, and I'd never seen it. I don't even remember who I did this episode with. But we watched it as a bad movie, and I was like, it seems like this could have been a good movie.
It doesn't have bad.
Yeah, no,
ratings.
it doesn't, because it was pretty good. It was pretty solid all the way through. I think I would take, as far as who's gonna kill who, I would take High Tension Girl may win. Ball Court though, I'm taking Jack Nicholson and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest all fucking day long, all fucking day long. Maybe not do this one with Jackson. Or Justin, maybe. I think that was a Justin episode. I'm pretty sure, without looking into it. Boy, fucking... God, it kind of made me, like, reappreciate how much I really love One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, though. It was a really, really good rewatch. It's a valuable film. I would recommend that to anybody. If you think it's too old, brother, just fucking give it a go. Because it's really good.
Kind of like Space Odyssey. Like, if you think that's too old, you should give it a chance.
Yeah, give it a whirl. Yeah, exactly. Although, I think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
But it's fucking crazy good. Okay, so I guess the crew of Sunshine versus the crew of Space Mutiny.
Sunshine.
I think so. Certainly they have kind of the, at least half of the crew has a very kamikaze attitude about it. So
I forgot about Space Mutiny.
How could you? How could anyone forget about fucking Space Mutiny?
We've watched so many bad movies.
Dude, so much garbage.
So much garbage. It has a 2.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This is the only thing I could find for Space Mutiny at first was a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode before we actually found the episode. Before we actually found the movie itself.
Yeah.
Just absolute fucking bonkers. So many fun props in Space Mutiny. It was crazy. But I definitely would take the
Sunshine
the cast of Sunshine for both on that one. Here we go. What's her name? Fuck, I don't know what my deal is. I can't think of nobody's fucking name today. Give me 2 seconds to look
What's
this
her
up.
name? Oh, her? Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, you know.
I've been knowing her for a while now.
Emma Stone. It's like I see her face and I'm like, oh yeah, that's her name. Emma Stone in Poor Things versus Frankenhooker from Frankenhooker.
Fucking Frankenhooker.
Looking for a date?
That was a pretty fun one.
I would say it depends on which part of Poor Things development. Emma Stone Poor Things development. Because I feel like Bella Baxter would kill a man if she was in that position. I don't know if she'd kill a hooker, though. I don't think she'd kill a hooker.
She wouldn't kill a hooker.
She kind of was a hooker for a while.
Right. She wouldn't kill her own.
You think they'd just be a couple? Because they're both technically Frankenhookers?
I think Frankenhooker...
sort of, at one point at least.
I think Frankenhooker would just lose her shit and kill Bella.
I think she would explode. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. But who can ball harder?
Bella.
Yeah,
I
would
Bella.
agree. Yeah,
She's got
Frankenhooker,
moves.
she's got no balance. She's just like, looking for a good time? Okay, Nicolas Cage in Dream Scenario versus Freddy Krueger.
I haven't watched Dream Scenario yet.
Ooh.
I know. It's on the list.
That's a coin flip. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think... I think they would respectfully decline to battle each other. I think would be what would happen is they would just sit at opposite ends of the court and just go, you know what?
I'm going to sit this one out.
You stay out of my shit, I'll stay out of yours.
We have a draw,
We'll
ladies
ball
and
get this out of here. But if it comes down to balling, I think Freddy's got it.
Even with those fucking...
Oh, yeah. He could ball a little bit with those.
He could ball.
He could ball a little
Freddy's
bit.
got ball.
Fuck, not Nicolas Cage in Dream Scenario, though. He's a fucking worm. He's just a fucking piece of shit. Okay, how about that guy from After Hours versus fucking old boy from Your Height Only?
Fuck.
I know. We hit some gems this year.
We got some good stuff.
We're pretty far through the list, though.
Maybe the guy from Your Height Only.
I think definitely.
He
Like
would
Cannon,
probably kick.
he's untouchable.
Yeah.
And he could probably dunk in Cannon. But they dress the same, though, so you can't tell who's on whose team, except for one guy is half the size of the other man. All right, how about, let's see here. How about, you haven't seen X, have you? Or like you had it and stopped watching it because it just wasn't into it?
Yeah.
Okay. How about, What's-Her-Face from X, the porn star lady. Mia Goth from X versus Xander Cage from Triple X. Xander Cage from Triple X. He's got that back to hip all day long. Okay, all right, here we go. Banshees of Inisherin. Who do you want to take for that? Do you want to take probably want to take Colm, right? Yeah. Versus something in Scream of the Banshee. I don't really, it was so generic, I don't really remember much about Scream of the Banshee.
Scream.
Wait, wasn't there not a Banshee in it?
There was no Banshee.
Sounds about right. All right, so Colm from Banshees of Inisherin versus just a person. I'd take Colm in the death match. I don't know about. I guess it depends on who from Screaming the Banshee he's gonna ball against.
Yeah, he'd probably win that.
Let me look up the cast here real quick. Screaming the Banshee. Scream of the Banshee. My fucking Google history is insane.
Lauren Holly. Oh, Lance Henriksen. That's right. He's in it.
Oh yeah, Lauren Holly was in this, man. That's
Mary
fucking,
from Dumb and Dumber.
Fuck yeah, Mary Swanson. Samsonite. I was way off.
Way off.
I do remember this movie now. It was pretty fun. There was a Banshee in it at some point.
Was there?
Towards the end. Yeah,
oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So Lance Henriksen versus Colm on the skins and nets. Who you got?
Henriksen.
You got Henriksen? You think he's got moves on fucking
he's got
Brennan
dirty
Gleeson?
moves. Yeah.
All right, dirty motherfucker.
He's got dirty moves.
Here we go. Looper. So the guy from Looper, whatever age or both ages maybe, versus Beastmaster 2 through the portal of time. As soon as you teach Beastmaster the rules of basketball, then he will kill the guy from Looper and use his skeleton as a basketball. That guy was insane.
Yeah, he was.
All right. Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler versus a Mongolian deathworm.
A Mongolian deathworm?
It's like a tremor, but it's more like a grubworm. Smaller, but the size of a German Shepherd.
I don't know on that one. I mean, Gyllenhaal's pretty. I
feel like Gyllenhaal could definitely ball on those worms, but I don't know.
You think the worms would fuck him up?
Well, they're subterranean, so they're going to tear up the cord either way. I think he'd probably break his ankle in a fucking pothole after a while. He could only run for so long.
Right.
All he's got's a camcorder and a gun. Fuck, he does have a gun, though. Man, I don't know. I don't think you can Joel the Hall on that one. I think he'd take both, actually, in retrospect.
Yeah, I can see him balling for sure.
I think I'm gonna go with Nightcrawler style.
Yeah.
Okay. Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Curse. Who do we take for that?
Are we talking Barry Keoghan?
Ooh, yeah, probably Barry Keoghan.
The Curse.
It was definitely pulling something else up. Oh fuck, I remember this.
Oh yeah, with the crazy dad.
Yep.
It had Will Wheaton in it.
It did have Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton was in it.
Hell yeah.
Amy Wheaton was in it.
Oh hell yeah! I remember The Curse with Will Wheaton. I remember like not loving it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, she was alright.
It was alright.
So who was the first option?
So anybody in so Barry Keoghan versus a child. I'll take Barry Keoghan because first of all, he for sure will kill somebody.
Oh yeah,
in that movie, and second of all, he's young, he's athletic, he can ball. You know what I mean? Okay. Like I know you didn't get into X, but I still would recommend at some point you check out Pearl if you get the chance. Totally different feel to it. So Pearl from Pearl versus Xander Kelly from Ice Cube. No, Ice-T? No, Ice Cube. Ice Cube from Triple X State of the Union. Triple X would just murder her. He'd be like, sorry, vanilla. Cat. And that would be like his thing. He just was hard as fuck in that.
Oh, what a dumb movie.
Oh, dude, fucking... Yeah, it wasn't great. I tried to get Jeremy Jones back on, but I got a little under the weather, and I was like, hey, man, if I were you, I would cancel. Like, I just don't feel tip-top. Like, I don't have COVID. I don't think I'm contagious, but I just don't feel great. If you want to still do it, I'll do it. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. So we wound up canceling, but we're gonna polish off that trilogy sometime in the very near future.
Hell yeah.
We already talked about how you hadn't seen Creep.
Mm-hmm.
But Creep, the fucking guy from Creep, versus an American Werewolf in Paris.
Oh shit.
I
think a werewolf's gonna fuck him up.
No, I'd take Mark Duplass. I'll take Mark Duplass all fucking day. And that, he's fucking horrifying.
Versus a werewolf?
100%, yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh no, werewolf, don't chase me into this house. And like, he'd like make it a game. It would be very disturbing to watch. You'd feel so bad for the werewolf. But if it comes down to bawling, I would take the werewolf.
I bet a werewolf could bawl.
It'd be hard to watch. Yeah, because it's in that movie with Teen Wolf, you know? I don't know if you've heard of it. Where he bawls hard, and everybody's like, fucking werewolves are dope, actually. I used to think werewolves were faux reeks, but it turns out they're really good at basketball.
They can ball. God damn.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator versus Arnold Schwarzenegger as Hercules in New York.
Now that's a combo.
Buddy, it was. It was Terminator 2, I'd be like John Connor versus Hercules' buddy in Hercules in New York, which would be way more interesting. But the Terminator versus Hercules, who do you got? They're both Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Probably Terminator, right?
He's a robot, yeah, but Hercules has like unnatural human strength.
That's true.
That's a tough one. Hercules definitely has got the ball portion of this fight.
Was Hercules in New York fun or not fun?
It was. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It just was old. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's first film he was ever in.
Rated G.
For good.
For good.
Rated G for good.
Yeah, I don't know on that one. I'm not.
I guess I'd go Terminator in a fight and Hercules in ball competition. Ball. Okay, let's see. Okay, the Americans, all the American cast in the movie Midsummer versus the entire cast minus the monster in Pumpkinhead Asses to Asses. This is just like a mean game of 9-on-9. I don't know how many people play basketball on the court at once.
What another Lance Henriksen feature.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I know Lance can't ball that hard, but everybody else in that movie looked pretty virile, except for, what was his name? Pud, or whatever his name was. That one guy that everybody's like, hey, you dumb shit.
Probably the Americans as far as ball, or...
I would say the Americans as far as the balling goes, because they're like college age. And then
a little more fit.
The cast of Pumpkinhead is like, they're all over the place. Some of them are in their 40s, some of them are in their 20s.
They'd probably win the fight, though.
I think they might win the fight, yeah. They might win the actual physical battle, because I don't think any of the Americans would fight back in Midsummer. But if they were just balling, I think they'd get fucking ruined. I think they would especially get murdered extra hard if you did the basketball portion first, because I feel like the cast of Pumpkinhead would not take that loss kindly. You know what I mean?
This is goddamn bullshit.
We're about the end. We got 2 more. How about Abigail versus Blood Rain?
Ooh.
I know that's a toughie.
Probably Flabbigail.
You thinking Flabbigail? I was going to say Flabbigail on both accounts, actually, myself.
She's a beast.
She is a beast, a fucking hype beast. She's got ups.
Yep, she's got downs.
She can dunk, and she's a fucking monster.
And she's 12.
Right. Yeah, and she's wicked fast and cocky and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be that one. And then...
the size, she's smaller, so she just fucking runs that court. You know what I'm saying?
How about the Wooden Man in Oddity versus the Mangler, or Robert Englund in the Mangler? Just the episode that we're on. I would take the Wooden Man all day long, because Robert Englund can't even move around that fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Wooden Man's going to win that.
Wooden Man
walks. He doesn't run, but he still fucks up.
He could ball harder than Robert Englund.
Yeah, he still fucks up Robert Englund.
Like, I don't know, maybe if he braced his legs right, he could fucking granny shot, you know?
There were some scenes where he was moving. I was like, okay, he's got it.
He's got it. Okay, he's got it.
All right.
You go to hold the door for me. I don't want your fucking help.
Yeah.
No. All right, man. It's on you, brother. Go for it. Go for it, dog. And that concludes the Low Fill Awards. Thank you for joining us, somebody. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy and God.
The Academy of Miller Lite.
That's right. That's right. I'd like to thank the Academy of... I'd like to thank the Canadian Mist Film Academy for always believing in me. Let's do the next segment of the show. Birdman, what you been... What?
Hey, what you watching?
Chin. Still really loud from the applause thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah?
Where are you going?
Not making it.
God damn, boy.
Yeah, what?
Unprofessional fucking bullshit.
Whatever, man. Fucking fuck you.
Trying to do a goddamn show here, and he's getting up, making drinks, fucking off.
You want a Margie?
No, I don't want a Margie. Sticking with beer, bro.
Suit yourself.
You know that. All right. What you watching? I don't have a lot.
Liar.
I've been pretty busy with work.
I haven't seen you in 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah, you've been watching stuff.
I ain't watching shit.
You've been watching Pornhub. I know that.
All right. I just started playing Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, and I will say it looks fantastic.
Didn't you just finish playing Horizon Zero Dawn
Forbidden West?
first time?
Horizon Zero Dawn is the first one.
Right.
Forbidden West is the newest one.
I always thought it was an expansion. It's a totally separate...
Yeah.
It's like the second one?
It's the second one. Yeah. It's the squeakquel.
The squeakquel.
Yeah. So they remastered Horizon Zero Dawn. It was a $10 upgrade if you already own it.
Ooh, which I do.
And I will say it's worth $10 just because it's just a fun game.
Do you have to have a... I found it really... I think I would like to go back and play it again and maybe put it on easy difficulty. Because it was hard.
No, that's what
and
I'm doing.
Like, I don't have the time to. I don't have the time.
On
if
normal,
this is going to be this hard and this game is this big, I can't. Yeah. I can't do this.
On normal, the game is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna play on easy, and I'm so glad because it's still kind of hard. Like you still get fucked up by these these machines.
Yeah, you have to stalk them, and every single time you come across one, you're like. Oh, great. Here,
yeah. And they just get bigger and you're like, how do I even attempt to battle this?
Right? Yeah, I remember the first time it was
crazy.
My third interaction with the machine dinosaurs. I was like, hell yeah, I got this. And I went in there, snuck up and was like, pew, pew. And then 5 of them lifted their heads up out of the grass and I died. And I was like, fuck. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
That intro cinematic looked great.
It's a little more enjoyable on easy. I will say that.
Yeah, I might give it a re-go now that I've got that PS5. I need to go back and finish Prince of Persia.
P.O.P.?
P.O.P. You know me. P.O.P. You know me. Yeah, I need to finish that, and then I'm looking for something else to get into. I've been playing a bit of Pal World. But it's just a time management game. Like, that's just the stuff I like.
You're just killing time?
Just killing time, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
So, yeah, been playing that. I finished The Penguin.
Oh, I also finished Penguin.
The Penguin.
Carrie, I just edited out a really gross burp that you don't have to listen to. You're welcome. I love you. Happy birthday.
So let's talk The Penguin.
Let's talk The Penguin.
How much did you love The Penguin?
I can tell you what, it works for me.
There it is. There it is.
I think it works. Yeah.
We're gonna run this city. Hey kid.
He does that thing where he's just like,
we're gonna run this city.
I like the physicality of his face, the acting he does with his face when he's like,
yeah.
He just sticks his tongue out just a little bit and waggles it, and you're like, hey, you fucking sleazeball. Ugh.
Man, he is the Penguin, though.
It's
holy
really good.
shit.
Did you see all the rumors flying around the internet that they were like, oh, they're not doing season 2 of The Penguin, but they're going to do the Joker spinoff with Barry Keoghan? And they're not going to. It's not true. Matt Reeves was like, absolutely not. I have no intention of doing that. And the whole world went, oh.
Spoilers for all of this, by the way. The Penguin, if you're not caught up, turn this off. Or skip ahead.
Yeah, skip ahead.
Yeah, I did not think that Colin Farrell would be
as incredible as he is.
It's just unreal.
It really is.
He transforms into this character so well.
Also, he's really, really good. He's so good. And Kristen Milioti is like the perfect complement.
Yeah.
And then even fucking what's his name? SpongeBob, me boy. You know who I'm talking about. The guy that does the voice of SpongeBob.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown, that's my guy.
As Salvatore Maroni.
Hell yeah. Clancy and Salvatore Maroni's fucking awesome. They couldn't get so from the Batman movie, it was supposed to be fuck, I don't know what my deal is. I'm like way off my game today. I can't remember anybody's name, which is normally one of my strong suits.
Michael Kelly is always a treat. He's great in this as Johnny Vitti. Oh, John Turturro?
Yeah, it was, thank you. It was originally John Turturro, but they couldn't get him back because he felt like the language was too strong in the series.
The language?
Yep.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. John Turturro didn't want to come back and do the Penguin, which is really unfortunate.
I like the guy they got.
Yeah, Mark Strong? Yeah, Mark Strong. Yeah, I really like Mark Strong. Big fan, actually. He's got big mobster vibes. But
that's Mark Strong?
I also love John Turturro. Mm-hmm.
I
don't know. Mark Strong plays Carmine Falcone in The Penguin.
The Penguin.
The Penguin. Maybe because he's only in a couple of episodes.
That might be it. So, what stands out for you?
In The Penguin?
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Really, I would be lying if I said I've read near as much DC comics as I have Marvel, because it's just not the case. I read mostly Image and Marvel when I was a kid, and not like I didn't like Batman, they just weren't as readily available in the two places I went to buy comic books, which were mostly 90% Walmart. So I never really read a lot of Penguin character development, and I was a little old for the Batman animated series when it came out. But this is like a total psychological criminal profile on a fictional character that I have known about since I was a very young boy. Mm-hmm. That now I feel is like fully fleshed out. Like, I don't think anything else will ever be. When somebody says Batman the Penguin, I'm going to think of this for the rest of my life.
Right. Not any other.
It's so complete.
Mm-hmm. It just feels real.
It feels so real because it's just a crime drama.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much Batman is in this?
Not once.
2 seconds at the very end of the last episode when they turn on the bat signal.
So not once.
But if they make
not in it.
Yeah, no, he's not in it at all, but the bat signal is in it, which
Yeah.
makes you believe like, okay, Batman exists in this world.
Right.
But canonically, so you have the Batman the movie, and then you have the Penguin the series. So when they come back and do the sequel to the Batman, I'm assuming he's going to have another interaction with the Penguin, and that will be like, this character has had growth, and you know what I mean? It'll give you background for that character so it doesn't feel so hollow. Because there's only... How much of the Penguin is there in the Matt Reeves Batman movie? 10 minutes?
I'm not sure.
It's memorable because he looks so fucking insane. Like, you're like, that's Colin Farrell? What the fuck? But after this entire series, man, it just, it's ingrained in my brain now.
Yeah, so I think I read that Colin Farrell will be in the Batman Part 2 or whatever. And then they are looking at doing a season 2. It's not confirmed.
Here's a big spoiler. Kristen Miliotti's character, what's her first name? Gigante. She goes by Gigante at the end because that was her mother's maiden name. What's her first name? Sophia Gigante. At the end, where you think the Penguin is going to kill her. You think Oswald's going to take her out there and fucking shoot her, and he just disappears, and he gets her locked up and thrown back in Arkham.
Yeah.
Fuck. I want her to get back out. Like, I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Maybe that little teaser at the end be like, oh, here's from your sister, Selena Kyle, which is Catwoman in the series. So it's like, fuck, something big is going to happen there, and I am excited to see that unfold. Yeah. It's dirty, and it feels real, and I like it.
It's weird how much you...
It's weird how much I like the series way more than the movie.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, like, as far as the character, the Penguin, throughout the series, you almost feel for the guy. Oh, for sure. And then that was flipped. Big spoilers here. That was flipped when he kills.
Second to last episode.
The last episode when he kills Victor.
Oh yeah.
I was like...
It turned it around for me when I realized he killed his brothers when he's a kid. I was like,
yeah,
that's
a big... But I guess because you didn't really see that, like, it happened. He did it. I mean, you see him close the door on his brothers.
Yeah,
but
Victor,
Victor, you literally see him take someone's life.
Puts him in a blood choke and chokes him to death.
A person that killed for him. That helped him rise.
Saved his life. Multiple times.
And he just kills him right there.
Like, hey, kid, you doing all right?
Hey, kid, we're going to make it.
Come on. Hey, we're going to get this to Wake. Hey, come on. I'm doing the tongue waggles too much.
Tongue waggles too much. Okay, so...
that's the type of dude that like literally drools on strippers at the club. You know, like that's disgusting, man.
I feel like an ass, but I kind of forgot that he was in the Batman. Did it show him?
Yeah, he's in it for 3 scenes. They're all short. Yep.
Wow.
Same makeup and everything. Yeah, he's in the car chase scene where he flips the fucking car, and then he's like, "Where's Maroni or Baloney or whatever his name is? Where's Salvatore Baloney?"
Of the Baloney family.
He's at the club. Trust me, you just get in there and it'll wake.
Where's Salvatore Broccoli of the Broccoli family?
That's right.
Did you know
fuck, they invented broccoli? You know what you fucking talking about? We made it, my broccoli casserole. It's in Nebraska.
I apologize to our listeners for my voice. I lost my voice. I finally recovered it, but I probably sound like shit. So how much of the backstory as far as his mother, is that all a part of...
canon? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't know, and I don't think... Here's what I remember from the Penguin. I remember from the Penguin what was in the film Batman Returns from like 1989 or whatever it was. 1992, maybe? Somewhere early 90s, late 80s. Which was not a whole hell of a lot. But in the movie, it's like, oh, they find him in the sewer and he's a freak and he's got webbed fingers and he doesn't know who his parents are and it's Danny DeVito. I just want the city to love me. And it's fucking, he's got weird penguins and umbrellas and shit and it's a weird like Christmas situation. This guy is just a dude, and they call him the Penguin because one of his feet is malformed, so he has he kind of waddles when he walks. Also, that fucking gnarly scar on his face. I would like some backstory as to how that happened.
Right.
Like,
I think
would you fucking eat it straight into a fucking turnstile? Like, what happened with your grill, bro?
I think the stuff with his mom in the series is new. I don't think, because I tried to look and I was like...
It's great. I like the angle that, like, oh, she has Alzheimer's, but maybe she kind of sort of remembers what's going on. But she like, has always known that her son killed her other boys. And
yeah. Just for her attention.
But she also knows how crazy fucking smart he is.
And he is, dude. He gets out of so many situations.
Oh, he's a mentalist like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with his mouth.
He can read people.
Like, hey, come on.
Hey, come on, what are you doing? You trying to fuck me over? You know, I was there for you. I told the thing, and they said this, and I was like, I'm not going to fucking turn you over. Come on, who do you think I work for?
Huh?
Hey, this is your city. Just trying to turn some bliss, make some money.
You getting it. You close.
Eh.
You close. Oh, man.
It's this weird fucking tongue thing that just like, oh, God, it grosses me out every time he does it.
It's fucking good, man.
Indistinguishable, though. I'm saying fucking probably top 5 performances I have ever seen out of any other living, breathing person that had to put on any sort of prosthesis to play a character. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I read that.
And it's amazing to keep that intensity for like fucking 8 full hour-long episodes. That's crazy.
I read that he's like, I never want to put that fucking suit and face on again.
I bet
but
not.
I think he's like, it's calmed down. Everything's calmed down. He's seeing the reaction.
I bet he'd do it for $5 million.
Oh, $5 million? Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Hey, all right. I'll run the city.
Fucking time to get to wake.
But we have to. I feel like we have to talk about Kristen Milioti again. Is it Milioti?
Mommy?
Excuse me?
Sorry. What?
She's just fucking.
She's
like you said. She fits this character so fucking well. She
electric.
Just
electric.
Because you get to see 2 different sides of her, right? You get to see 2 sides of her. Such an innocent start, and then to what
innocent, but like she's sharp and she's hardworking,
yeah.
And then she hits a breaking point, and she just like kind of takes that skin off and becomes someone else. But even in that attempt, she still has a certain amount of naivete because she's unfoiled at the end. You know what I mean? Like her plans are foiled at the end of the series.
Well, she still doesn't know what she wants either.
Yeah, she thought she was untouchable. She's like, nobody can fucking touch me. And he's like, that's not how it works.
You're getting it, dude. I like it. You close.
Hey, Vic.
You gonna be the penguin for Halloween?
Hey, let's take a drive.
Oh man,
I wouldn't worry about him.
All right. You're fucking killing it.
Let's take a drive.
All right. What else have you been watching?
What else? I watched an anime series that was recommended to me by our good friend Jackson, my other guy that knows everything about anime that there is possibly to know. Don't write me and ask me about it. Write Jackson at Action Jackson on Instagram. That's not his tag. I don't know what it is. Off the top of my head. It's got some underscores and shit. I don't know what it is. But anyway, so I started watching this anime series called Dr. Stone. I never watched it because I have this weird preconceived notion with anime series that doesn't ever follow, and I don't know why I hold it. It's just like a prejudice I have against certain series.
Yeah.
If the main character looks fucking stupid, I don't want to watch it. Like if they have dumb,
Just a dumb
if they
look.
have like dumb hair or whatever, if the design is dumb, I just don't ever want to get around to watching it. But I eventually did. I was like, oh, I'll put something on in the background while I'm doing some shit around the house. Man, I fucking really enjoyed it. It's like the right amount of hokey and anime tropes, but they've mixed in the fact that like, okay, so in this particular series, everyone on the planet is turned into stone. But this one guy is where he happens to turn into stone. He counts the seconds until he is revived. Like he's burned an amount of calories and kept his brain conscious and not long enough to actually weather the stone away from his body so he wakes up. And it's been, I don't know, like 80,000 years or some shit, like a super long time. The whole planet is like, the map has changed. It's been so long. That's
crazy.
And he figures out how to revive a couple other people. And then he decides, he's like, okay, well, I have to rebuild society. What do we do first? What's the first thing we need? But he's a scientist. So he takes very logical steps on how to go about rebuilding society based off of such limited manpower and limited resources. And that is the part of the series where it really shines and makes it interesting, is because in the second season, he builds a cell phone, but it's a practical cell phone. It's huge. You have to take it in a backpack, but it works, and it would work in theory. It's not unknowable technology. It is something that actually could be made relatively easily. It's so impressive, man. As far as the writing and the amount of thought process that went into which things would you be able to make with limited technology, which is really, really impressive. But I'm really enjoying the series. I'm almost done with it. I think I've got 2 or 3 episodes left.
Nice. That does sound pretty interesting. How many episodes are there?
It is 3 seasons and one 1-hour movie. Most of the episodes are 20, 30 minutes. Pretty short though. The first season's 22, 24 episodes.
Oh, I see here.
Seasons 2 and 3 are 11 episodes, I think.
It says 59 episodes.
Yeah, 59 episodes total. Really good show, but it also is very hokey and has some really fucking stupid shit in it. Which, a lot of anime series do. Yeah. They all lean on the same stuff. They're like, what if a boy had to dress up like a girl once? Ooh. What if one character was real dumb? It's that. It has very, very tropey, but that kind of makes it wholesome. It makes it much like Oddity. It makes it like a comfort food experience. You're familiar with it. It feels grounded. Yeah. But the more grounded aspect of it is actually how to rebuild culture one step at a time is very, very impressive.
Cool.
Neato stuff, I say. What else have I seen? Oh, I wanted to talk just very briefly. This is really the last thing I've got, unless you've got some.
No, I don't think I have anything else.
I want to talk about what a banger year it's been for horror.
Who'd you call horror?
You.
Oh shit. Thank you so much.
I'm talking Long Legs. I'm talking The Substance. I'm talking Sweet Darling, Oddity. God, there are more. I know there are more.
Yeah, there was another one. Fuck. Was it maybe an A24 or A24 film?
Quite possibly. I think Strange Darling was Neon. God, yeah, just a banger year for fucking horror films. I'm struggling to remember when the last time this many good horror films came out in 1 year. Smile 2.
What about Cuckoo?
Cuckoo. Yeah. I fucking really liked Cuckoo. I love fucking Dan Stevens though.
Oh, Abigail.
Yeah, Abigail. Abigail was a ton of fun. We just did. Yeah, Abigail was a ton of fun.
Wait, was that? Yeah, that was.
What is that?
That was 24.
What is that? 7 movies just off the top of the dome?
Did you watch Trap?
Yeah, I watched Trap too.
Was it good?
It's an M. Night Shyamalan film.
It sounds about right.
So I will tell you this. There's lots to enjoy about Trap. Would I say it's good? No. Would I say I enjoyed it? Absolutely.
I saw the TV Glow.
I saw the TV Glow I fucking loved. I saw the TV Glow genuinely made me uncomfortable in my own skin about 2 hours after actually watching it. Because I just kept fucking dwelling on it, and I'm like, this isn't a healthy headspace. Yeah.
What's The Inheritance?
The Inheritance.
It says 2024 film. Did you watch that one? Man, the fucking poster for that looks awesome.
The Inheritance. That does look fucking pretty intense. Who's in this? Bob Gunton. Hell yeah. No, I haven't seen this. No, it's not reviewed super well.
Oh, okay.
But it is out.
But it does exist. Oh, yeah, 38%.
Yeah, just
5 out of 10. Huh.
Just a banger year for horror films, man. Very, very happy about that for anybody who just loves a good fucking spooker.
Yes, sir.
I know I do.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else for you, Bourbon?
Man, I don't think so.
I think we're gonna call it.
Let's call it.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, baby.
Look, I just want to say that I really appreciate you guys listening to this show. Been doing this for 4 years now. This is episode 168, and it might have not got past episode 6 without the rest of you. So really appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you if you follow us on social networks. Leave us a like if you could on this video or wherever you're watching or listening to this. Just thank you so much for this year-end review and tuning in with us and watching some of these flicks and taking some recommendations. And those of you that do reach out to us on social media, we sure do appreciate the interaction. Bourbon, any special thanks or words of wisdom from you for the year?
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
Good. Now, I know the new year's rolling around, and I just need you to ask yourself one question.
You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin, business is booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, special thanks for the people who helped make this show. That is going to be Russ, Tafari, God-Sized and Growing, and SUNDS for our music, Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to throw out a thanks to Dave, who takes care of our YouTube platform, and Justin, who has started doing our TikTok. You can find us on TikTok at Just Two Movies Pod. Yeah, so hit us up on socials and tell your friends and leave us a like if you could. That's the show. Oddity, which I can't come up with a funny...
Odd titty?
Odd titty. It was right in front of me the whole time. Oh, so disappointed in myself. Odd titty.
Odd titty?
Wow. Just unbelievable. The amount of professionalism I do not have.